Welcome, Deep Diver, to the Deep Dive. We are really excited today partnering with RWG Publishing.
Yeah, great to be diving into this one.
We're exploring a story you picked, Bill Vincent's Survivors of the End, a post-apocalyptic tale. You mentioned being drawn to, how these stories handle shifting loyalties and that flicker of hope, even when things look utterly bleak. So our mission today is pretty much that. Unpack this journey, look at how chaos reshapes the world, but also how that human spirit just refuses to quit. Vincent really challenges our ideas about survival, doesn't he?
He really does. It's a fantastic choice because it's not just about the end of the world. It's about digging into how people actually start over, how they find a new beginning when literally everything's gone.
Yeah.
And what I find fascinating is how the characters, the way they struggle, it forces us to question what resilience even means, what rebuilding actually looks like on the ground.
Absolutely. And one of the first things that jumps out is that Vincent doesn't just, drop a bomb. It's slower, creepier almost.
It unravels.
Exactly. You've got Zara, the protagonist. She's a project manager, busy life. She's stirring her coffee, sees headlines, mysterious illness, economic collapse.
Standard stuff, almost.
Totally relatable. Her thought is basically, seen it before, disaster of the week news, won't touch me. That initial denial.
Wow, it's so human, isn't it?
Right.
Protective denial. But Vincent shows how society almost needs that denial, which then makes the speed of the actual collapse, well, terrifyingly believable.
Yeah.
You go from her stirring coffee, feeling detached, to reports of a global state of emergency hitting within hours. It's fast.
And that power flicker she sort of brushes off. Becomes this huge symbol later, the moment the old world died.
Precisely, it marks that boundary.
And then, boom, subtlety's gone. Chaos in the street, screeching tires, people running everywhere, some guys yelling, they shut down everything, military's coming, it's falling apart.
Pure panic.
And Zara's world just snaps into focus on one thing. Her sister, Ava, is missing. She races to their parents' old place, finds Ava's jacket, and then this hooded figure shows up and just tells her, flat out, you're too late.
That coldness, that finality, it just drops you right into her nightmare. Loss right from the start.
Yeah, sets the stakes immediately. No easy way back.
So after that gut punch, Zara's alone. Truly alone in this ruined city. Chapter 2 calls it a graveyard. Skeletons of buildings, this heavy, oppressive silence.
It's bleak.
But what's really interesting is how that isolation changes her fear. Loneliness, something she probably dreaded before, becomes almost a comfort because, as Vincent writes, trust was the most dangerous currency.
That's such a powerful psychological shift. He shows how extreme conditions can just warp your baseline emotions. Safety becomes, well, the absence of immediate threat. It's perverse, almost. And it's not just about her surviving day to day. The book says Zara wasn't just surviving anymore. She was learning what it meant to live in a world that had forgotten how. That's the core of it, right? Adapting, finding a new way to be.
Even if it means finding comfort and being totally alone.
Exactly. Which makes her first real human contact even more jarring. Yeah, the encounter with Jake. She's scavenging. He shows up. Tattered coat, weathered face, eyes. Just empty. Emotionless.
You can already see he's been through it.
Totally. And immediately, he pulls this rusted knife. Keep your distance. I don't know you. Bang. That's the new way things work. Suspicion first.
And Jake really spells out why that's the new normal. He gives her the hard truth, doesn't he?
He does. Brutally honest.
He says, people out here, not the same. Gangs taking what they want, killing who they want. Everyone else is hiding. Everyone's looking out for themselves.
It's survival calculation.
Right. Vincent uses Jake to answer that question. What happens to us when the rules vanish? Trust isn't just hard, it's potentially lethal.
And Zara gets a very stark lesson in that almost immediately. The dead man at the water pump.
Oh, yeah. Grim discovery.
And the choice she has to make. Finding his water, almost fresh, and taking it. It's another layer of her old self peeling away. The cost of survival laid bare.
It's those small, brutal moments that really define the new reality. But then, even in that darkness, something shifts again, doesn't it?
With Jake, he reappears. Old library. Another tense moment. She actually tries to attack him with a pocket knife. She's so on edge.
Desperation on both sides?
Exactly. And they both realize they're just starving, desperate for food. And then Jake, he says it. That vulnerable line, I just don't want to be alone anymore.
After all that hardness, yeah, that hits differently.
It really does. Feels like the first tiny spark of something else. But what do you think that moment really signifies for their relationship?
I think it's huge. It shows that even when every logical instinct screams self-preservation, that fundamental human need for connection, it can still push through. It's not like they suddenly trust each other fully, but it's that shared vulnerability. That becomes the only possible foundation for, well, anything resembling an alliance in this world. It moves beyond just a transaction.
So they form this fragile alliance, as Vincent calls it, chapter 3, and it's practical, clear rules.
Very cool.
No secrets, share what we find, split it equally. But Zara adds her own edge. If you cross me, you'll regret it. No messing around.
It's fascinating, isn't it, how trust shifts. It's not assumed anymore, like before. It's negotiated, calculated, based purely on necessity and clearly defined consequences.
A survival pact.
Pretty much. And it gets tested almost immediately.
Right, with Leah, the young girl, maybe 16, they find her trying to pry open a truck.
And her first reaction is sheer terror.
Yeah, screaming, "You're just like the rest of them." Tells you everything about what she's already seen.
Exactly. She's encountered those gangs Jake warned about, the ones who just take. Her fear reinforces how dangerous everything is, how rare safety or even just non-aggression has become. Every stranger is a potential monster.
But then Leah offers something unexpected. This rumor.
Ah, yes. The potential lifeline.
A survivor group,
Yeah.
supposedly. Further from the city west. It's a total long shot, she says, but it's a destination, a goal.
And that's a huge shift. Suddenly, it's not just about reacting, surviving day by day. It's about moving towards something, actively seeking a future, however uncertain.
The journey itself, though, chapter 4, it's brutal. Merciless sun, exhaustion. Leah's struggling, getting frustrated with Jake's pace.
Understandably.
She asks Zara, what if there's nothing out there? What if it's worse than here? That doubt is palpable.
And that's the psychological grind of it all, isn't it? Hope is exhausting. It fights against the fatigue, the fear of the unknown. Vincent captures that tension perfectly, the drive to endure versus the logic that maybe says just give up.
So they keep going, and eventually they find another encampment. A grim discovery in some ways.
Right, more people, more unknowns.
Leads to these uneasy introductions. They form what the book calls a silent pact, just to navigate this new group dynamic. You can feel the wariness.
Because every larger group brings that tension, right?
Yeah.
Your own survival instincts versus the needs or potential threats of the community. It's a minefield, really, foreshadowing what's coming.
Okay, so this is probably a good moment before we get into what happens next.
Right, because things really escalate here.
They really do. We wanted to mention, if you're gripped by this story, the book Survivors of the End, a post-apocalyptic tale by Bill Vincent, is out there. If Zara and Flynn's journey is pulling you in, definitely check it out. We'll put a link to Amazon right in the show notes for you.
Worth the read, for sure.
Okay, so back to the camp. That uneasy truce, it doesn't last long. Suspicion brews, as the chapter title says.
Cracks start showing.
Zara picks up on it. Cade hoarding supplies, whispering with Mara. She gets this bad feeling. Daniel dismisses it at first, but then Flynn reluctantly confirms it. They're planning to ditch the group, taking vital stuff with them.
And there it is again. That question Vincent keeps poking at.
Yeah.
Is betrayal inevitable when things get tough? Is it just self-preservation winning out, or is it a failure of the group, of that fragile trust?
Yeah.
It's like the trust no one lesson learned earlier just gets amplified within the group itself. Scarcity, fear, it really brings out that potential darkness within, as the book puts it.
Leads to this awful confrontation. The group just splinters. Cade, Mara, Paul, even Leah.
Yeah.
They decide to leave.
Despite Zara's plea.
Yeah, she tries. We have a better chance together than we do apart.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work. It's heartbreaking, really. This little flicker of community just torn apart by fear and selfishness.
Devastating setback.
After that, another betrayal, another loss. Zara and Flynn are on their own again, just pushing forward. Their desolate search eventually leads them somewhere unexpected. A rundown gas station.
And a key discovery.
A huge one. Zara spots this faint, almost imperceptible outline of a trapdoor. Hidden cache, supplies, game changer.
It's more than just the supplies, though, isn't it? It's symbolic. Hope isn't some grand vision. It's finding something concrete, something from the past that points to a future.
Exactly. Canned food, water, medical stuff, yes.
Yes.
But the real treasure. An old dust-covered map with locations circled in red ink. Suddenly there's not just survival, there's a plan. A possible future.
That gives them direction again, a purpose beyond just staying alive.
Their path then crosses with another group, Lena's group. They're navigating the silent shadows. Another alliance forms, but again, it's fragile, based on necessity.
Lena's line sums it up, right? We've got bigger enemies than each other. Pragmatism rules.
It leads to this dangerous decision, raiding a military depot for supplies. They're running low. Flynn's pushing for it. It's risky, but if we don't do something soon, we're done.
And you feel the weight on Zara leading this, especially worrying about young Annika in their group. Every choice is life or death. That's the cost of leadership here. Trust placed, trust potentially broken, it's constant pressure.
Things get even more tangled when they find that underground bunker, Jackson's rebellion.
Right, a whole new layer of complexity.
And Flynn feels this pull. Zara's cautious, but is starting to think maybe they need to do more than just survive. Fight back, he says. We're not just survivors anymore, Zara. We're targets.
And this is where Vincent throws in another curveball. The unseen dangers aren't just external, they're within the rebellion too.
Yeah, that whole thing with Mason, the scout. Flynn and Lena think they've uncovered this massive betrayal, Mason working with the regime.
But it's a double cross, or rather a triple cross. Mason was loyal all along.
Exactly. He was setting a trap for the regime, drawing them out. It completely flips your expectations about who to trust. Allies, enemies. The lines are incredibly blurry.
It's high-stakes espionage in a broken world. Appearances mean nothing.
And that realization hits Flynn hard. His moment of reckoning. He almost attacked Mason, a loyal rebel. That mistake forces him to really question his judgment, how he reads people in this new world.
A very harsh but maybe necessary lesson about the complexities of trust and deception.
So after all that, they finally reach what seems like a real safe haven. A fortified settlement. It sounds almost normal. Laughter, tense, a sense of community.
A stark contrast, yeah. But there's still that underlying tension.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Marcus, the leader, older, sharp eyes. He lays down strict rules. And Jax, especially, feels that unease. What's the price of this safety? Giving up your freedom.
That idyllic image, Vincent, makes sure you question it. Is it too good to be true?
It is. The final brutal twist. Marcus's test of loyalty, it was all a setup, a trap. He betrays them completely. An ambush.
Ugh, after everything, that's going to be crushing.
It is. It compounds everything Flynn's been through. But weirdly, it also solidifies something in him. It fuels his redemption.
Right. It breaks the illusion, but maybe clarifies the real fight. It shows how hard it is to build real community. Even hope itself can be weaponized, used as bait. Leadership in this world is fraught with danger, from within and without.
But Flynn doesn't break. He transforms, finds this deeper purpose. He tells Quinn, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to lead us out of here, make Marcus pay. But I can't do that alone.
So it's not just revenge.
No, it's more. It's about rebuilding, but doing it right this time. His declaration, find Marcus, yes, but then build together. That's his redemption.
Yeah.
Taking responsibility, not just for his past mistakes, but for forging a real future. It's powerful.
A really earned transformation.
So Deep Diver, wrapping this up, Survivors of the End. It takes you on one heck of a ride. It shows that even when absolutely everything seems lost, that human spark, resilience, connection, the need to build something, it can still find a way. Even in the bleakest world, that will to live, to connect, to hope, it's incredibly persistent.
Yeah, and the book reminds us that redemption isn't some neat apology tour. It's about actively forging a future, often with people you never expected, against overwhelming odds.
Right.
Vincent really makes you think, what are you willing to fight for when the old world is gone? What kind of future would you try to build? It stays with you.
It really does. So here's that final thought for you to chew on. After walking this path with Zara and Flynn, what kind of world would you personally strive to build if everything around you crumbled?
Heavy question.
Definitely one to ponder. If this deep dive got you thinking, and you want the full, intense story of Zara, Flynn, and their fight for survival and a new start, remember you can grab Survivors of the End, a post-apocalyptic tale by Bill Vincent on Amazon. The link, as always, is right there in our show notes.
Go check it out.
Thank you for listening to The Deep Dive.